Ugh.
Well, that's just the most delicious city water I've ever had. Hello, Doodlebugs. It's Friday. It's Mary. It's the Friday Doodle Diary. Hey, it's been a while. Let's begin with a reading from my diary. Do, 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 do. I'm going to stop doing air horn sounds with my mouth. And that was a reading from my diary. The inner workings. I really need to stop. New Year's resolution. 2017 is the year I stopped doing air horn sounds with my mouth. Apologies to you who have headphones. I hope you've had a wonderful week, a wonderful month, a wonderful election. You know what? I'm going to focus on the positive things because I know people are feeling stuff and things as people do. I'm feeling stuff and things. And especially with it, it's been such a weird, funky, well, personally for me, like kind of a funky month or so, which is very odd and contradictory because there's a lot of awesome things going on. And that is just the weirdest thing that happens with people. And when you have everything to celebrate and yet something is getting you down. For me, I feel like it was more of a chemically depression thing. I'm not claiming that I'm diagnosed with depression because I've not explored that area or even attempted. But I have noticed like I'll go through waves and valleys of feelings and motivation. And it's been in more of a valley lately, which is very strange because there's amazing things going on. Top Secret Project M is moving. It's running. I'm so excited to share it with you, which it's probably going to be in January, probably, that it goes up on my main channel. Oh my goodness. I got to work with Arden Rose and Mitchell Davis. I'm working with the company that does BoJack Horseman. I'm working with Shadow Machine. Spoilers. That's all the information you're getting. It's the coolest thing in the world. Let's see what else. Oh, a week ago, 1 week to this date ago, a baby was born, little baby. Dante is now officially an uncle, and his family's like, "You're an aunt." I'm like, "Great, I'll be an aunt." I embrace that role. It's amazing. She's adorable. She looks like Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, and I can't wait to have this new human being, this fresh person with fresh perspective, and I get to help show her her first R-rated movies. It's going to be amazing. It's so good. So, yeah, all that greatness is happening. And then yet there's this national cloud in America. I don't know how other countries are feeling, but clearly America has opinions. And I, for one, have not actively, I don't tend to go political for whatever reason. But especially on the internet, I think I've felt sometimes I've wanted to say things and then I've just withheld because I don't want that. It's just usually the response you get is not a thought out one. It's usually very reactionary, which is valid. We're reactionary beings, and when something happens, a lot of times we react. Is there a difference between reacting and responding? Because I feel like a response is more thought out, it's calculated, whereas a reaction is like, oh, yeah. It's like a reflex. So after the election, I shot a couple videos, a lot of footage that I think I'm just going to tear it up and toss into the digital winds to be forgotten forever, because I don't need to post it. I think it was much more helpful for me getting my thoughts and ideas out there and articulating, because I felt things. There's a lot of disappointment, and shooting a video and talking to essentially no one, but with the intention of it being heard, it helped me to think through what I was saying and watch my words and figure out, why is this bothering me? How can I articulate what is not sitting right with me? So, and articulating things is not my strong point, which is why I like doing these videos. It keeps me sharp, keeps me active. So I think without this, I'd probably be a potato, because I do spend most of my day just sitting at home alone drawing and painting. internet career. So yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get into details on it in this video too, because at this point I'm embracing all distractions and it's kind of nice. And it's good to find the lighthearted things and find the blessings. Count your blessings and give thanks. Did someone say thanks? Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Oh boy. Yeah, so I guess perhaps this video episode, whatever you want to call it, is all about finding the things to give thanks for. Maybe share below, comment what's awesome that's happening with you. What's going on? What is some great things? Because personally, there's some great things happening with me. On a national scale, there's also great things happening. You know, we got like Kate Brown and like, what's her name? We got a variety of elected officials who are representing other corners that have not had representation, as much representation for a while. So I think, we're being overshadowed by one big thing. And yes, there's some scary stuff going on, like as we're moving forward. Am I getting a call? I'm getting a call. Hang on a second. This is a wrong number. Stop calling. This is the wrong number. No, that's another thing. I got this number a while ago and the previous owner skipped out on some bills and went to collections. And so I've been learning more about like the credit business and what happens. And a lot of times bad credit gets sold off to a collections company and then they call you a lot. And then you say, this isn't Mr. Bleepity Bleep. And they say, oh, we're very sorry. We will never call you again. And they do take your number off. But then when they sell that debt to the next collections company, all that information goes with. And for whatever reason, the memo that the phone number is not the phone number goes with it. And they tell you the information is very sensitive when you start inquiring as to why they're calling. Because a lot of times they'll call masking, like, we're not a collections company. We're just calling about a serious financial issue. Or they try to make it sound very official. But that information is very fluid. With the example of Mr. Bleep, when they called for Mr. Bleep, at one point, I made the mistake of saying, this isn't Mr. Bleep, this is Mary, and this is the wrong number. And they apologized, said they'd never call again. But then the next call I got was asking for Miss Mary Bleep. And if you can just remove one first name and put a new first name there, then you can definitely tell me the name of your company and why you're calling, and so on and so forth. I'm very thankful for that. The do not call list. I'm thankful for that. I'm also going to be thankful for when I change numbers yet again. That was a tangent. I was in a car that got hit last night. For whatever reason that popped up. It wasn't a severe accident. It was the slowest accident. It was the dumbest accident. Long story short, hitching a ride home with a friend last night, late Santa Monica. There were a couple cars ahead of us, car with 2 guys and a car with 2 girls. They all knew each other. So the guys were waiting for the girls to pull out. But we were coming out of the parking garage and my friend saw the brake lights. And so he stopped and, gave him space to pull out. And that they were pulling out so slowly. And then they weren't stopping. They kept going. They weren't seeing us. So my friend starts laying on the horn and they're still going. No hesitation. And then it starts to hit my side and is scraping so slowly. And then they stop and they're like, oh, there must be someone behind us. It was the dumbest, the slowest, most preventable thing in the world. It just took one glance. If you do one thing today, look in your rearview mirror. That's all you need to do, especially when backing out. Yeah. And the interesting thing is she got out of the car, looked at the damage, and then got back into the car. And then the 2 guys, their friends who were in the other vehicle, got out and dealt with everything. Which they were very cordial and polite and kind, but definitely in protective mode, which was interesting to witness. I don't know how that made me feel. They did it right, though. They were talking in that very clean, clear, concise cop talk, like police talk, the way they talk Like they look at me, ma'am, are you okay? Are you injured at all? Nope. Okay. And just like checking all the boxes. Thank goodness those girls had them there. And then as we're driving away, you could see the guys were arguing with the girls look very indignant. Very indignant. Like, who put that car behind us? And you could tell they were being talked down. They were being taken care of. Alcohol? I don't know. Maybe we just wanted to go home. It was like 2 a.m., something like that. So that was a fun story. Anyway, I'll leave you on that. I'm thankful that I didn't die in a car wreck, the slowest car wreck of all. And I'm thankful that I get to be an auntie. And I'm thankful that I have a job where this is what I do. The most privileged of people. What do I have to be mad about? Human rights. Thank you very much for watching, dear Doodlebugs. I love you, and keep it civil. Keep it safe. Keep it cool and classy.